Alright everyone, we are doing the final mock draft of the 2020 draft before tomorrow at, I believe, 6 o'clock, October 6th, tomorrow, Tuesday, at 6 o'clock will be round 1 of the NHL draft. Wednesday, October 2nd will be 2 through 7 rounds, but we are doing round 1. I'm doing my mock draft 1 through 31. Let's get right to it. Now 1 through 31, I did the last video. I'm going to do it again. It's my final predictions. Let's get into it. So first off, I know who's going to go first, and I think a lot of us know who's going first, and that's Alexei Lafreniere. No one can battle with that. Of course, Strutzler could have, but the pandemic happened, so he couldn't. But Lafreniere is going to the Rangers. Don't say it's Byfield, don't say Strutzler, it's going to be Lafreniere. Lafreniere is going to the Rangers, he's going number 1, and he's going to the Rangers. Done deal. Number 2 is the Kings, and this is where it starts to become interesting already. At number 2, you have Strutzler and you have Byfield. Who does the Kings want? Now Strutzler, great speed. What a great player he is. Really became a great guy. Elite Prospects has him at number 8 overall. They have a lot of red flags about him, but others have him at number 2 and number 3. But Byfield, a big 6'4" Canadian forward, and they said he could use his body more for hits and all of that. But every prospect has to learn and get better at things. So number 2, I am gonna say Tim Strutzler. He's a winger. We can convert him to center. He's gonna play center, or wing, or right wing, left center, right wing. What do you want him on a forward position? Let him play. He can do it. Great speed, for sure. Number 2, which if Kings pick Strutzler, it's going to be Byfield. And how do you not pick Byfield? Byfield is what the Senators need. You have Kachuk on the left side. You can put Byfield at the middle. On the right side in the future, this is the future lineup. Byfield, maybe you have Drake Batherson on the right side there. You know, just thinking what could be things in the future. And Byfield be that center, that 6'4" franchise center with auto Senators, and be a great player. Number 4, this is where we're just whatever Steve Eisman and the Red Wings do here is going to have a ripple effect for everyone else. So who is going number 4? I am going to say I went with this last draft. My last video for the mock draft for 2020. I'm going with Marco Rossi. What a great, fantastic, talented center he is. He actually tore up the Auto 67s, and he didn't tore them up. He played with them, but man, he tore up the OHL there. What a great season he had. So Rossi, I have him going number 4 to the Red Wings. So that means a ripple effect. Who is next? Number 5 is the Senators, and I'm gonna have the Senators go after. Oh, you have Raymond, you have Drysdale. I'm gonna have them go after Lucas Raymond. What a fantastic winger he is. Actually, how about this in the future? You can have Kachuk, Byfield, Raymond as the first line. First line in the future. Thoughts about that, right? That would be great. You can do Drysdale. You pick up a defenseman and a forward in the top 5. Whatever. It's going to be a win-win. They also have the Islanders pick in the first round still, late in the first. So there you go. Number 6, I'm going to actually have the Ducks. I have them picking Rossi, but I think that he's going to go to the Red Wings. So I am going to have Jamie Drysdale go to the Anaheim Ducks. Last year they picked Trevor Zegras. What a great forward he is. A great center. Be playing next year as a rookie. I think he is. Probably is. And they have Jamie Drysdale again as a defenseman. Get a defenseman, get a center. Fantastic. Jamie Drysdale's a fantastic defenseman. Best defenseman in the draft. What a defenseman he is. He's going to number 6 to the Ducks. Number 7 is the New Jersey Devils, and I'm going to have them Yaroslav Askarov. Yaroslav Askarov has played great already in the KHL for his 2020 to 2021 season. Yes, he did start it, And Ashkov is such a fantastic goaltender. And, there is risk. Yes, there is risk of saying, what happens if it doesn't work out? Yeah, that's what happens. But 2020 to 2021 season, in 3 games, he had a .71 and a .974 save percentage in 3 games with in the KHL already. And with the VHL, in 2 games, he had a .252 goals against average and a .900 save percentage. He's already such a good player. I know it's only 3 games there, but whatever. But look what he did in 1920-20 season. KHL, he had 1 game, 2 goals against average. In 18 games in the VHL, which is another Russian team, he had a .245 goals against average and a .920 save percentage in 18 games. He's great. And the Devils could have Blackwood and Yaroslav Askarov. Now let's go on to number 8. Number 8, I'm going to have Alexander Holtz. Now, Alexander Holtz, what a fantastic player. He's the best goal scorer in this NHL draft. Now, what do the Sabres need? They have Cousins last year to pick as a center. Okay, you have Eichel, you have Middlestat. Is he going to become that guy? We'll see. You have Cousins, who looks really solid. Now you need a winger or a defenseman. So let's go for Alexander Holtz. And Alexander Holtz, I know picked the best player available, but man, sometimes that's not what it is for GMs. Sometimes GMs are like, this is the guy we want, and if he's going to be available, we are picking this guy. Sometimes it'll be like, wait, what? So, we'll see what happens tomorrow at 6. So, Holtz goes to the Sabres for this one. Number 9 is Cole Perfetti. The Minnesota Wild. I haven't picked Cole Perfetti. They need a center like him. They need a guy like him. You don't have Mikko Koivu. They don't want to sign him anymore. He's 37. He was the captain, and now he won't be there anymore with the Minnesota Wild. And they've been changing things up. 2 trades today. Dubnik's gone. Donato's gone to the Sharks. Both of those guys going to the Sharks. And they're changing so many things up. And bringing Perfetti as a young guy, maybe he plays next year, maybe he plays in junior for 1 more year, we'll see. But what a great player he is, and he can be a great solid center for them. Number 10 is the Winnipeg Jets. I have been picking Jake Sanderson. Now, Jake Sanderson is much needed. Second best defenseman in the draft, and he's a guy that's much needed for the Winnipeg Jets. They need a second line center, and they need defense. 2 things they need very much. And having Jake Sanderson in the back of their minds, okay, this guy will be a good, solid defenseman for us. They picked Vinny Heinola last year. Good, solid. He looked really good. Scored his first NHL goal last year. In his rookie season, he was 20th something overall, which is pretty solid, isn't it? Number 11 is the Nashville Predators. Okay, Lundell, Jack Quinn, Holloway, you have Jarvis, you have Zary, you have Mercer, Gabriel. I am going to go with Anton Lundell. Now, Anton Lundell is very interesting. He doesn't have something that just off the charts amazing. Everything he does is great. His offense, his defense, his center. He's just a great guy overall. He's just great in every aspect of the game. There's nothing terrible about him. There's anything off the charts about him. Everything's pretty solid about him. So he'll be going to the Nashville Predators, and the Predators do need a prospect. The prospect pool right now is pretty dried up, and they kind of need a guy like him in the prospect pool to have for the future. You can't just have a team right now, but you need a future. So, someone at number 11, Anton Lundell would be great. Number 12 is I have been picking Jack Quinn. Now, Jack Quinn is a great guy in the OHL. Yes, Marco Rossi and Jack Quinn in the Ottawa 67s. Yes, he absolutely just shot himself up the charts. And now I have him at number 12. Jack Quinn goes to the Panthers. What an absolute... Someone saying number 9 is the highest before. He kind of dropped just a little. But Jack Quinn, what a great player he was. The Ottawa 67s this year, look at his stats. Unbelievable. So they could use a guy like him. Hoffman, Dadonov, who knows they're staying, who's signing, who's going. Maybe both of them don't stay, who knows. But they could use an offenseman like him or defenseman. But here we have Jack Quinn going to the Panthers. Number 13 is the Carolina Hurricanes pick. Originally it was the Leafs trading for, actually, Patrick Marleau. So I have the Carolina Hurricanes picking Seth Jarvis. Now, Seth Jarvis, what a young, great player he is. He can add to the absolutely fantastic young core in the, to their team. I know Askarov would be a guy they should go for, but does he? I had him going very early, right, to the Devils. So we'll see what happens. But Seth Jarvis really excitable forward, and adding to that forward, man, be fantastic the next couple of years. And making the playoffs and still getting top 13th overall pick, not bad for themselves. Number 14 is the Edmonton Oilers. Now I have Edmonton Oilers actually going for Vadim Abramov, who's a good, solid player, a winger. They could use a guy like that. They need to have some prospects for wing on the wing to play with McDavid one day. Maybe not McDavid, but have some prospects. Abramov will be a solid guy. And number 14, the Oilers pick him. Number 15 is the Leafs, and they traded for this for Kasperi Kapanen goes to the Penguins and other stuff, right? Players and picks, a couple of picks there. But the Leafs get back Phil Hollander, a first-round pick. Yeah, that stuff for this first-round pick is 15th overall, and they get the pick. They want a first-round pick, so I'm gonna have actually them pick Brandon Schneider. Now, this would be great for the Maple Leafs. I'm a Habs fan, but I have to say, the Maple Leafs need a guy like Brandon Schneider. He's not going to score. He's not the shot from the point. That's not what they need. They need a defenseman. This guy can do it. He's a solid shutdown defenseman. And looking at this, they could use a young guy like that one day. In a couple of years, he might become that guy. Not going to be fancy, not going to get 50 points. He's going to be a shutdown defenseman. Something that the Leafs do need, right? Going on to number 16, Montreal Canadiens. Yes, it's been rumored that the Montreal Canadiens do trade the 16th overall pick for a top 6 forward. Nothing yet. Maybe tonight. Maybe midnight. Maybe tomorrow morning. They have all the way up to 6 o'clock and a bit later. Just a little bit later than that. And we'll see if they pick or not. The thing is, if they have like Jarvis who drops, or some like a Sanderson or a Lundell who drops, some GMs might be like, we'll give up our top 6 forward for your 16th overall pick. And Bushman right there might be like, we kind of want to keep it now. We'll see if that's possible. Or maybe they trade it still. Who knows? Number 16, here we go. And I'm going to have for number 16, and that's Hendrix Lapierre. Now, Hendrix Lapierre is a guy who was injured last year for the whole time, and he came back, and then the pandemic happened. So he started like, oh good, and then look at that. But he started to become really solid, starting to look really solid for this next year, and he might shot off the charts just a little bit more and be like, oh, he's healthy, he's playing great, he's a top 10 forward. I mean, top overall. He could be 10th overall here. If he wasn't injured, he could definitely be that guy. Because he was injured, he's going to drop. But he might be a fantastic player to pick up. And the Canadiens might just have an awesome player here in Hendrix Lapierre. A good French player, just a French player. Nothing wrong with that. Number 17 is the Chicago Blackhawks. I have them picking Dylan Holloway. Dylan Holloway is a good winger, center, right winger, what do you want to call him? He's a good guy, solid guy, can play well, for sure, and you want him? He'll play well, good solid guy they could use. Number 18 is the Devils pick. It's from the Coyotes. They traded for this for Taylor Hall. The Coyotes traded for Taylor Hall. What came back the other way? A first-round pick. Here we go. So the first-round pick, I'm going to say this one's going to be Maverick Bork, a center. Maverick Bork is a good, solid player, great goal scorer, And they already have two great centers in Jack Hughes, which some people don't like in his rookie season. But wait, you'll see how it goes. And you have Nico Hischier. Matthew both been a solid guy you can get. Calgary Flames next. And I have the Calgary Flames going after Caden Gooley. Caden Gooley's a good shutdown, big, mobile defenseman. And if you tell any GM, all 31 GMs, maybe 32 with even Shadow, or even say this too, if you ask them, would you like a fantastic mobile defenseman? Everyone will say yes. Even David Poyle, even Bill Gallon of the Wild. I don't care if you have the best defensive system, you still go for a mobile defenseman like Caden Gooley here. Caden Gooley, a fantastic mobile defenseman, and the Flames might love him one day. Okay, number 20 is the Devils. This was traded for JT Miller. Miller went to the Canucks, and the Lightning asked for a first-round pick, and then the Lightning traded that pick to the Devils for Blake Coleman, who is a Stanley Cup champion. All right, number 20. What do we have? I am going to go for Dawson Mercer. Dawson Mercer's a great guy who can score, a speedy winger. He can be great, he can score, and a guy I think would be solid. Why not? And you get a center, you get a goaltender, you get a winger. Look at that. Fantastic. Number 21 is the Columbus Blue Jackets, and they will be picking Connor Zary. I just feel like Connor Zary is a good, solid, offensive guy. It just, the logo, his name, his personality, how he plays, just, to me, fits perfectly with him. I don't know why. It just feels like Connor Zary, Blue Jackets. Just Zary, Blue Jackets. I don't know why. Just feels like it. Number 22 is the Rangers pick. It was actually Carolina's pick, but is the Rangers pick now. And number 22 overall will be, who do I want to do? How about this? Jacob Perreault. What a great Canadian center he is. You can never add, you can never stop adding great forwards to the group, because you're going to have guys who get older, great guys are going to want money. But guys like this who can come in, like Jacob Perreault, he might be a solid guy for the Rangers. With the young group they have. What a great group they have. Number 23 is the Philadelphia Flyers. Philadelphia, what could they go for? They have Justin Barron, who's fallen, Thomas Perreault, Noah Gunler. I don't know why this name and how he plays as this defenseman just fits with the Philadelphia Flyers, but Ryan O'Rourke. How about Ryan O'Rourke goes number 23? I think he's a solid defenseman, and just his name, just what I think of him, fits the Flyers culture. Just, they got Cam York last year. Ryan O'Rourke this year would be fantastic. Number 24, and that's the Capitals. So who do they pick? They do need a good, solid prospect on defense. Looking at this, I'm going to go with William Wallander, another solid defenseman. Has some good, solid defensemen. O'Rourke, Wallander, Gooley. They can add this and it'll be great. And it could be a good risk for them too. And if it works out for them, that's just a positive. If it doesn't, try next time. He's just 24-4-4, right? Okay, we have next. You ready? Next is number 25 is the Colorado Avalanche. Who do they pick? I'm gonna have Noah Gunler. He has dropped in my listings here. Noah Gunler, a good, solid winger, and Gunler, he drops, and in my thing, you gotta pick him up somewhere. So Gunler will be going to Colorado Avalanche. Number 26 is the St. Louis Blues. Who do they pick? I have the St. Louis Blues picking Thomas Boudreau here. Good, solid guy. A couple years he might become someone soon. Number 27 is the Ducks pick. It's actually the Bruins' original pick. They traded for Andre Casse. It goes back the other way. First round pick and Axel Anderson. So number 27, the Ducks have 2 picks. So they got Drysdale as a defenseman. Let's go for Jan Mysak. I think that's a win-win. Jan Mysak, he actually is a very interesting guy. A little sneaky, but a guy who looks really solid and could be a steal one day. For sure. Having Ziegler as your center, Mysak could be that guy. On defense, now you have Drysdale. Things are looking good in Anaheim, aren't they? Number 28 is the Ottawa Senators, and this is from the New York Islanders pick for J.G. Pajot. Okay, here we go. Number 28 for the Ottawa Senators. Alright, so Ottawa's got Byfield and they got Raymond. How about we go for a defenseman here? Why don't we go for Justin Barron? You got a forward, you got a winger, you got a defenseman. You got a winger, you got a center, now you got a defenseman. He's gonna drop, unfortunately, Justin Barron, but he can be a good, solid guy at number 28. Number 29 is the Vegas Golden Knights. Yes, they still have their own first-round pick. I'm gonna have them pick Jason Paducah, who is a center, left winger, or right winger. Great to know that. They could use guys like this because their top 6 is pretty, has a lot of money stored up in that top 6 and the top 4 and the goaltenders too. So having a guy like this in your prospect pool is great to have, for sure. Number 30 is the Dallas Stars, and the Dallas Stars, I am gonna have them pick Tyson Foster. Tyson Foster, a good solid center. They could use a center. Of course, they have Pavelski and Sagan and Hintz, but they could use a center like him. And for the future, why not? Tyson Foster. Number 31, and the Lightning trade this pick to the San Jose Sharks of Bucky Goodrow, which sound like, what are they doing? But Bucky Goodrow, he's a Stanley Cup champion now. And the Lightning, good pick for them now. So, Goodrow was a big key for the team, for the Lightning to win the Stanley Cup. Okay, what is the Sharks pick? Number 3 was supposed to be theirs, but they traded for Eric Carlson, so that pick's part of the Senators. So who do they pick? I'm going with... I'm just still looking. Can I go for a little crazy one here? Can I go for Luke Tuck? Yes, Luke Tuck. Luke Tuck right now, he's 6'2", 203 pounds, big, solid left winger. I think would be solid. I went a little out on the limb there for someone who will probably be in the second round, but who knows? Things are going to be crazy tomorrow. So this is what it is. Here we go. I'll read off to you what we have. Rangers, Lafreniere, Kings, Strutzler, Senators, Byfield, Red Wings, Rossi, Senators, Raymond, Ducks, Drysdale, Devils, Askarov, Sabres, Holt, Wild, Perfetti, Jets, Sanderson, Predators, Lundell, we have Panthers, Quinn, Hurricanes, Jarvis, Oilers, Abanoff, the Leafs here is Schneider, Canadians, Laprielle, Blackhawks, Holloway, Devils, Bork, Flames, Gooley, Devils, Mercer, Blue Jackets, Zari, Rangers, Perreault, Flyers, O'Rourke, Capitals, Wallander, Avalanche, Gunler, Blues, Boudreau, Ducks, Mysak, Senators, Barron, Golden Knights, Paducah, Stars, Forster, and the Sharks, Luke Tuck. There you go. This is my final 1 to 31 picks. I hope you all enjoyed them, and I will see you in the next video, because the next video will be my Markstrom video, potentially. Maybe I'll get that out today, tomorrow, whatever. Whenever it'll be. Enjoy the draft tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We'll see how kooky my mock draft became. And I'm going to look back at this, and I'm going to compare which ones I got right, which ones I got wrong. Look for that video too. Have a nice day. We'll try to hit 400 subs, and goodbye.